Hello everyone and welcome to Sharpers Gaming, and today we're back with some more Pokemon VGC 2017. This is a brand new team, as you can see. I bred them all up myself. I'm so proud of them. And we actually ended up with a shiny while I was breeding shiny Lapras. The shiny Metagross I also bred, but I wasn't trying for a shiny Lapras. But we ended up with one. But this team features Jolteon Lapras, Garchomp, Talonflame, Tapu Bulu, and Metagross. Same Metagross from the last team, the Buzzwole team. I really like this Metagross set, which I'll probably do a video on at some point. But until I find a better one, this is the one I'm going to use. So the point of this team is we have Talonflame for Tailwind, and then that can help to speed up our Garchomp if we need. The Metagross, the Bulu, the Lapras doesn't really need it because it's already so slow. And then Jolteon is the same speed as Tapu Koko, and it actually has a higher special attack stat. Unfortunately, it doesn't get the electric terrain boost, but with most teams running Tapu Koko, we can take advantage of their terrain, which is pretty nice. So that is the team here. We're going to get into it and see what we can do with said team. Sorry if I move my head and the window comes shining through. That's with the shades down, and it's still that bright, so not much else I can do about it. I tried to move out of the way, but I've got too much garbaggio around me, so I gotta clean that up. Not necessarily garbage, just a bunch of crap, so the chair can't really move around too much. 1607 rated player David from Italy with Oranguru, Torkoal, Hariyama, Tapu Koko, Salamence, and Metagross. So if anything, I think they lead Oranguru, Hariyama. I was trying to think if I have a way to stop Oranguru, because I have Taunt on Talonflame, but because of Inner Focus Mental Herb, which is I assume what it's going to be, because there's not really any spread move Pokemon on his team, other than like Discharge and Earthquake, which I wouldn't run Telepathy for that. I could go Garchomp and try and blast him, and then also have like Tapu Bulu sitting there setting up. Because if I also have Garchomp, then he can't really switch in Torkoal for free, which is nice. Well, actually, well, if Bulu's there. I'm going to go Talonflame, Garchomp. I'll bring Lapras, because Lapras does pretty well against Torkoal too. And then outside of that, Metagross, Bulu, or Jolteon. Could go Jolteon. I'm going to go Jolteon. My favorite lead with this team is Jolteon Talonflame, but the opposing team just really doesn't call for it. And I really wish I had Volt Switch on this Jolteon, but it's too many moves. Because it has Protect, Thunderbolt, Hidden Power, Ice, and Shadow Ball. And that's good because that makes Jolteon able to take on Marowak, whereas Tapu Koko couldn't. Alolan Marowak. Hariyama, Tapu Koko, very interesting lead. So I have Talonflame and Garchomp. So I'm going to Earthquake and Tailwind. This way it doesn't matter what the Hariyama fakes out, because the next turn I'll be able to Earthquake first anyway. So if he fakes out Talonflame, then I don't get Tailwind up, but I knock out Tapu Koko with Earthquake. And then if he fakes out Garchomp, I'll live a Dazzling Gleam fake out, and then I get up Tailwind, so I can Earthquake the following turn and not get Dazzling Gleamed. Unless the Hariyama goes for Wide Guard. That's the only thing. I mean, even if he goes for Wide Guard, I still survive the turn. And Talonflame has Focus Sash, so he has to double up into Talonflame if he wants to knock it out, and I'm still knocking out Tapu Koko at that point, so. Hariyama will go for fake out. Onto the Talonflame, so that means Tapu Koko is dead this turn. It's going to go for Dazzling Gleam, so that also means my Talonflame survives the turn. Holy buckets, that's a choice specs Tapu Koko, but Earthquake will go off, knocking out both Pokemon, and now also my Garchomp's under Talonflame, under Tailwind. Not that that matters at this point. He's going to have the eject button on the Hariyama. Interesting, I guess, so he could fake out Trick Room into Torkoal. That's pretty interesting. I like it, I like it. Oh, my fan is on high right now. Whoopsie doopsie. Hopefully it wasn't too annoying there. Oranguru will come out, and then either Hariyama comes out again to fake out again. Yup. Ryumuku. So all I do here is Brave Bird the Hariyama. I kind of want to switch Garchomp out. Gosh. Because Fake Out might knock out Garchomp is the only thing. Am I going to need Jolteon this match? Well, if Oranguru is getting up Trick Room, I don't think I'll get to use Jolteon because I'm pretty sure the last Pokemon's Torkoal. So I'm going to switch in Jolteon here. Just because I don't think I'm going to get to use it this match, and I'd rather keep Garchomp around and see if we can stall a Trick Room with the Lapras. Unfortunately, we are under Tailwind, but Hariyama goes for Fake Out. Oh, it is on Talonflame. I could have Z-moved that Oranguru. That's such garbage. That's such garbage. But now I just Brave Bird the Hariyama, and I Thunderbolt the Hariyama. It probably close combats my Jolteon, and then Oranguru Psychics. I don't know that Psychic will knock out Talonflame. It possibly could, because it's so low. We're going to see Psychic into the Talonflame. Live, Talonflame, live! Ooh, damn it. And Jolteon will faint to close combat. Knockoff! We might live that! Come on, Jolteon! Yeah! Gets rid of my Life Orb, but we're in the electric terrain, so this is going to knock out. Yup. That's not bad. That's not a bad turn. And now do I just... Wait, no, I'm going to bring in Lapras and see how much I can stall out this Trick Room for. Because that was turn 2 of Trick Room we just went through. There's Torkoal, like I expected. But the Lapras is going to be able to do pretty well against the Torkoal. Torkoal could have Solar Beam. Some of them do run that. But I am max special defense, so I should be fine. I'm max special defense, max HP, so I can live a Thunderbolt from a Tapu Koko in the terrain. And then I have Weakness Policy. So I'm going to Hydro Pump the Torkoal. I'll protect Jolteon here just to waste a turn. Just to waste a turn. Alright, let's see what happens here. Torkoal does go for Eruption. Lapras should take it pretty well. It is a neutral hit in the sun. The Lapras got big special defense. Oh no, it does 50%! You're kidding me! God, I hate Torkoal. It just does so much damage. It's going to be enough to knock out Lapras unless it's rolls. That's such garbage. I'm max special defense Lapras. How is that still knocking out with 2? It's so dumb. I hate it so much. And now I just lose. And my hair's all fluffed up. I'm trying to fix the wrong side of it too. Alright. Because there's 2 more turns of Trick Room here. So I would need... yeah, there's no way. Because I need 2 protects on Garchomp and I need 3 on Jolteon. This is dumb. I hate Torkoal. Such garbage. And he has possibility of 8 eruptions. Possibility of 8. And Earthquake doesn't even knock out Torkoal from this range, from full. Or the Oranguru for that matter. So I'd have, even if I get the Double Protect here, I have to hope that he messes up. I blast his Oranguru with a Tectonic Rage, and then I go for Earthquake. But he just, honestly, all he has to do is double attack on the last turn. But I'm just going to protect just to see if I can get it, see if we can pull something out here. But that's so dumb that Eruption does so much frickin' damage. I mean, it's cool because Torkoal absolutely sucked previous to this. He went for Solar Beam for some reason. I don't know why. Trick Room wasn't up yet. Now I'm just flustered. My hair is all messy. Oh no. Oh noes. There you go. That's how you fix hair, boys. It looks so dumb. Anyway, we're not here for a fashion show. Maybe the fan will be too loud and I'll have to redo that battle. And then there'll be no evidence. But let's get the next battle here, and hopefully it's not against a frickin' Koko. Hopefully it's not against a frickin' Koko. I mean, I switched out the Garchomp that turn, and I could have just blasted the Oranguru. And depending on how it was trained, I could have knocked it out there, and then we would have won. But I didn't know he wasn't going to fake out my Garchomp, because that was the obvious play. But we're going to see Arcanine, Porygon 2, Garchomp, Skartana, Tapu Koko, and Celesteela. So I do want to bring my Jolteon, because it blasts a lot of things here. I think it's a roll on Garchomp, and it depends on how it's trained for Hidden Power Ice. But it's a pretty good roll in our favor, so I'm usually not too afraid of going for Hidden Power Ice. So I'm going to go Jolteon, Talonflame. This way we can taunt the Porygon 2. We can go, hey, Porygon 2, no Trick Room for you, eh? And then outside of that, we can go Garchomp, because we can hit the Arcanine, his Garchomp, and the Tapu Koko. I could go Bulu. I kind of like going Bulu with Porygon 2, just because I have Superpower and Leech Seed. Or I could go Metagross, which doesn't really help me at all. Lapras kind of helps, but not really. I'm gonna go Bulu. Am I? Yeah, let's go Bulu. Just to mix up the team, because we have the same team as last time, just different Pokemon in different spots. Alright, alright. I was just contemplating not going Bulu because of stopping my Garchomp's Earthquake, but we have a Tectonic Rage we can blast off, and then hopefully that's enough. Tapu Koko Garchomp is going to be the lead for my opponent, which is fine by me, as long as it's not Scarf Garchomp, obviously. I'm going to go with the Hidden Power Ice, and then the Tailwind, just so we have our Garchomp in the back, so outspeeding his Tapu Koko. It's just nice to have Tailwind up. As long as it's not Scarf Garchomp, we should be able to knock out. And if it's not Assault Vest Garchomp, that shows up every once in a while, and that kind of bones me over. But I could see him. Okay, Tapu Koko is going to switch, so possibly Earthquake here. It's going to be Porygon 2. So as long as it's not Scarf Garchomp, that's just all we have to worry about here. Talonflame gets Tailwind off, because we still have Gale Wings available to us. Garchomp is not Choice Scarf, just don't be frickin' Assault Vest, and we're good. That's why I like Jolteon. That's why I like Jolteon. I mean, you can do the same thing with Tapu Koko. You can run Hidden Power Ice instead of Dazzling Gleam, or run it with Dazzling Gleam, because you'll knock out Garchomp that way anyway. I think. Actually, you might not, because of special attack being lower on Tapu Koko. But Arcanine's going to come in here, try and do some intimidation tactics, but I can just blast the Arcanine with a Thunderbolt. It should knock out from this range, because of the terrain plus Life Orb, and then I can taunt the Porygon 2, and it'll be cool. And it'll be real cool, mate. Thunderbolt rips into the Arcanine. Bop, it should be dead. Oh, very close. A little bit too bulky for the Jolteon to take on, and then we see the Agua Berry. So he probably takes out my Jolteon here, which is fine because I don't need it anymore. And I can taunt this Porygon 2, so it can't recover a Trick Room, which I didn't think it was going to recover. Arcanine goes for Flare Blitz into the Jolteon, I assume. Should knock me out because we're a little paper fox. Jolteon faints. With Arcanine taking some good damage there, and Porygon 2 goes for Trick Room. And now I just bring in my Garchomp. No. I do not bring in Garchomp. I bring in my Tapu Bulu. And Grassy Surge goes up. I am intimidated Talonflame, so I don't think Brave Bird will take out the Arcanine from here, so I'm going to also Horn Leech it. Brave Bird into the Arcanine. And this way, if he switches Arcanine for any reason too, which he shouldn't, I would have knocked out the Tapu Koko with a Horn Leech. But here comes Brave Bird. Yeah, nowhere close. Hopefully Horn Leech can get him from here. I should have went Superpower to be safe, but come on, Bulu. Yeah, with the Grassy Surge, we were able to get him. I mean, if he would have switched Porygon 2 in for Tapu Koko, I might not have been able to pick him up. We're going to see Thunderbolt come out from the Porygon 2 into the Talonflame, which is fine. Doesn't even knock me out. Does paralyze me, which could be bad, because now, I mean, I shouldn't be slower than the Porygon 2 still, but I kind of wish I still had Substitute on this thing, on this Tapu Bulu. Kind of wish I still had Substitute on this Tapu Bulu. I'm going to Leech Seed the Porygon 2. And I'm going to try and Flare Blitz the Tapu Koko. It's not going to happen though, he just Thunderbolts me and kills me. Or Dazzling Gleams, I guess, because Dazzling Gleams should get me from here too. Because then he also puts damage on Tapu Bulu. I almost switched Tapu Bulu out for Garchomp, but if he does Dazzling Gleam for any reason, or if he Ice Beams for any reason, I don't want to just take a bunch of damage on my Garchomp for no reason. So, there's that. Thunderbolt will go into Talonflame, so I could have switched in Garchomp there, unless, of course, Ice Beam might have went into it. We can get Leech Seed up. I should live an Ice Beam from this Porygon 2. I don't think it got a special attack increase, otherwise Thunderbolt would have knocked out Talonflame, so Ice Beam into Tapu Bulu. Owie. That does 50%, which isn't nice. But with my Leech Seed and my leftovers, I should be looking pretty nice. He does have Ice Beam, so I'm going to double into Porygon 2 this turn. I'm going to Groundinium Z and Horn Leech it, especially with the Taunt wearing off. Tailwind does peter out, unfortunately, but Tapu Bulu should be able to take on Tapu Koko just fine. So we'll Horn Leech the Porygon 2 and Groundinium the Tectonic Rage. Should bring it to a range where Horn Leech will get it. I could have superpowered to be safe. I just don't want to lose my attacks and stuff, you know. He's going to Thunderbolt Tapu Bulu. That's interesting. That's an interesting play. I guess he was I mean, I don't know. I think Dazzling Gleam still would have done more because Thunderbolt's resisted. So I don't know. Because he knew he wasn't going to be able to knock out Garchomp with Dazzling Gleam. God, my hair's so messy. And he should have been able to do it with Porygon 2. Ooh, we might not get him from here. I should have superpowered. I mean, it does nice damage. It does nice damage. See if there's a recover. Nope, just an Ice Beam from the Porygon 2. Please. Ooh, I was going to say, please don't knock me out, but it did. So we're going to get Leftovers Recovery, as well as Leech Seed. Leech Seed still won't pick up the Porygon 2, unfortunately. Oop. Drop my stylus. You get to see the window. I'm definitely going to Horn Leech the Porygon 2, though, just so it can't recover. And then it can't support the Tapu Koko with Ice Beams. And then we should be fine. Seeing how much Thunderbolt did. Dazzling Gleam shouldn't do too much more, I don't think. It is single target now. He's going to continue to Thunderbolt, though. Maybe he doesn't have Dazzling Gleam. No, we saw it, didn't we? I don't know. I can't remember. Maybe he's trying to paralyze me, too. That could be it. That could also be it. So we get a little bit of recovery off the Porygon 2. Then we get our leftovers. And then I'm going to Protect, because it, 1, wastes a turn of terrain, because that could come into play, and 2, we get some more leftovers recovery. He doesn't have a third... I was going to say, he doesn't have another Pokemon, does he? 2 more turns of Electric Terrain, so we will take 1 more Thunderbolt, unfortunately. But we should be just fine. We should live it. And then I'll get a Horn Leech off, which will do a ton of damage. Tapu Koko goes for Thunderbolt. I'm protected. I am protected. I think he's just trying to go for Paralysis. So Horn Leech should do some mighty damage to the Tapu Koko. Thunderbolt. No crit. No paralysis. Horn Leech should do a ton of damage. Yeah, over 50%, so we just need 1 more. And we should live a Thunderbolt now that the terrain should be gone. So we should be good. I think we won this game. which I like winning games against typical teams. That last team wasn't as typical, and it was kind of fun. I mean, I do still hate Torkoal. I just hate it. It just does too much damage, and there's not a lot of Pokemon that can really deal with it. My loaded Ken, Arcanine Ken, especially Snarl Arcanine, but it's just one of those Pokemon you need specific Pokemon on your team to be able to take care of it, as well as Pokemon to like shut down Trick Room and that kind of stuff, and it can be a problem if you're not ready for it, which this team definitely is not. So we do pick up that win. Maybe I will evaluate this team a little bit more and see if we can fit something on here to kind of deal with Torkoal better. Torkoal or Rongaroo is really the big issue. If it's like Torkoal Porygon 2 or Torkoal Lilligant or something, we can deal with that. That's fine. It's just the Torkoal or Rongaroo that's the problem. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining me today. If you have any suggestions for this team, be sure to leave them in the comment section below. Otherwise, we will see you next time. I'll try and get a placement of this team in the description. I'll try to remember to do that. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you next time. Stay sharp, everyone.